So, lads, today I'm gonna be talking a little bit about how Caitlin Clark has been playing, what she's talking about when she's being interviewed, as well as some of Stephanie White's responses. And I'm like, this is a little bit of one of those kind of ones that are a bit of a concern, because a lot of people are pointing out that I'm not saying again. I am not saying again that Stephanie White is out here sabotaging Caitlin. I do personally think they're not, like, it's not a combination that's going to work ever. But and you're allowed to have that conversation, you're allowed to have that opinion without attacking another player, which is what I think I'm doing at least. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about how Caitlin and Stephanie White responded. So let's look at Caitlin here.
Yesterday, how are you feeling today after playing back-to-back?
Feel good. Feel great.
Good?
Yep.
Yesterday, how are you feeling today?
Immediate is like, how do you feel? Feel great. Feel great. Yep. Feel great. Because if you guys don't know, Caitlin's been on a minutes restriction and she's not been happy about that. Caitlin Clark has not, like, everyone's talking about how Caitlin Clark had whatever, she had her 45 and 10 game, and it's the first in history. She did it in 29 minutes. She is the first player in the history of basketball to have 45 points and 10 assists in less than 30 minutes. And that is not, well, to be fair, someone's probably done it in a non-NBA league, but it is the first NBA or WNBA player to score that. No one in NBA history has done what Caitlin just did. Nobody in WNBA history has done what Caitlin just did. Obviously, no one in WNBA history has done it. But when you add a time limit of how few minutes she was on the floor, it just shows that it is one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most impressive feats we have ever seen. But if you guys don't remember, before the Seattle game, Stephanie White said something very, very interesting. What Stephanie White said was, they were like, how do you determine the minutes restriction? They were like, oh, we're looking, our health team's like, we're looking at her efficiency. And I'm like, okay, so this is a good old-fashioned benching. This is a good old-fashioned benching. This is not a minutes restriction. This is a good old-fashioned benching from Stephanie White. And let's listen to Stephanie White now. And this is, by the way, weeks after she's come back. This is weeks after she's come back. They have one more game left till All-Star break, where, let's be real, the All-Star game is an exhibition game. The All-Star game is an exhibition game. And let's listen to Stephanie White.
Caitlin's been lobbying to be off for minutes restrictions seemingly for the past 4 games. Do you anticipate her to be off by Wednesday?
I have no idea. It's one day at a time.
Stephanie White, it's one day, I have no idea when she's going to be back. It's one day at a time. Then, we're looking at her efficiency. And Caitlin, I'm good. I'm good to go. This is one of those things where we're just looking at it, where it's like Caitlin has just had a historic week. She's having a historic Seattle game. And even, she broke was it in the Seattle game or was it the New York game? I'm sorry, the Valkyries game, where she broke the 600 assists faster than anyone. I get it. She's going to break every single assist record. We kind of know that. I think somebody might come in and break those at some stage, especially because her assists are actually going down season on season, especially with the way that Stephanie White wants the team to play. But, Stephanie White is one of those things where it's like, Caitlin's wanting to play, and Stephanie White's like, oh, it's day by day. Caitlin hasn't looked bad movement-wise. She hasn't since she's come back. Even against the Sparks, when Caitlin was playing those 2-minute stretches and they played her 15 minutes. I literally posted after that game, you can look at my Twitter, and I said, the only positive we can take from this game is that Caitlin's moving fine. That's the only positive. It's like, she can't get any rhythm. Caitlin's a player that hunts rhythm. So if she's not getting the minutes and she's not able to find her reps, she's going to just start chucking. She hunts rhythm because she needs, once she gets rhythm, once she sees one shot going through the basket, it's GG's. It's over. And I think other teams know that, other players know that. It's the reason why you don't give Caitlin anything easy. No matter what percentage she is shooting, you are still scared shitless of her giving you 40. But like, we've now got a situation where you've got Stephanie White talking about the minutes restriction, where you've got Caitlin basically being like, I'm fine. Stephanie White, oh, we're taking it one day at a time. It's one day at a time. And then you have Caitlin saying the exact opposite. Caitlin, I'm good. I'm good to go. And the ironic thing is that Caitlin Clark being on a minutes restriction, not being on a minutes restriction, is probably like four minutes a game extra. But that's 4 minutes that Ty Harris is not on the floor. And you can see Stephanie White is more comfortable with Ty Harris on the floor. Like, she is not, like, I mean this. She is not sabotaging Caitlin. And this is what I mean by she's not sabotaging Caitlin. Caitlin was on a heater. She let Caitlin do what she wanted to do against Seattle. But what she's also not going to do is ever give Caitlin the keys. We saw that against New York. Caitlin, on a game-by-game basis, can snatch the keys, and she's not malicious. She's not going to go and say, okay, Caitlin's cooking, we're going to take the ball out of her hands. She's not going to do that intentionally. We saw that against Seattle. But she doesn't want it to happen. As a coach, there are players that don't do what you say, but if it works, it works. Like, whenever Caitlin goes rogue and does her own thing, or calls her own number, she's the one who's calling ISO. She's the one running everything through her. Steph, it's one of those situations where, from Steph, it's probably this better work. This better work. Like, if you're going to go and, like, if you're going to go and do your own thing, it better work. And with Caitlin Clark, there are games where it's worked, there are games where it hasn't. And you see with Stephanie White, you can tell with her coaching, she is significantly more comfortable when Ty Harris is running the point. She is more comfortable in her decisions. She is more comfortable in how the team is running, because there is absolutely, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just not good. This is not going to work. And to be honest, the Caitlin being like, I'm fine, I'm good to go. Because Caitlin has her own team, by the way. Caitlin has her own team, and you've got her coach. We're taking it game by game. We're still putting her on a minutes restriction. Like, this is the one thing, by the way, that's going to actually, that could run Caitlin out. That absolutely could run Caitlin out, being like, they're just not letting me play basketball. Like, she's probably gotten the all clear. And they probably held her out for a while. They probably held her out maybe longer than she wanted to, and then put her back in 2-minute spurts, which wasn't good for anybody against LA. And now they're still keeping her out in a minutes restriction. I don't think that's ideal for anyone. But anyway, see you guys.